Hey guys, real quick before we get started on the video, please check out the podcast that I am currently co-hosting with SpeatySpookz called The Blueberry Lounge. We also have a Discord and a clan that is seeking new members. Come join us. Yo, what up? Native Raider here, and in today's build video, we are doing Strand, and this is going to be a PvE, endgame, regular game, whatever kind of game you want to do in PvE, this one will suit you. This is all about having that almost 100% uptime on that woven mail, which is 60% damage reduction. Beautiful. And on top of it, you'll get an occasional void overshield, and we're going to be suspending non-stop almost. This is a fun one. I mean, yeah, I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. Let's get it.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go.
Alright guys, so if my voice sounds a little weird, I just want to let you know I've been sick for a little bit, so sorry if it's scratchy, but before we jump into the build, what do you think of the drip on this guy? I got that, Liberace / John Wayne going on with that Dreamtide Daybreak all the way down. Yeah, I like it. He looking flashy, super flashy. Let's jump into the build. Alright, so starting up with the subclass, we got Blade Fury, we got Rally Barricade because we want to get this back as fast as possible because we are running Abeyant Leap, and we also have the aspect that sends those rebels out that causes people to be suspended. We got Strafe Lift, we got Frenzied Blade because we have no other option yet, and then we got Shackle Grenade. Unfortunately, we're not running Grapple. I know it's so much fun, but this is all about staying alive, staying healthy, and suspending targets is huge, so that's why we got that one on, and it comes in clutch, I'm telling you. Aspects, we got the only two that we can, which is Into the Fray, destroying a Tangle, or casting your super grants a Woven Mail for nearby allies. And while you have Woven Mail, your melee regeneration rate is increased. And then we have Dranger's Lash, activating your class ability to create a ripple of reality that travels forward along the ground, suspending and damaging targets in its hits. With Abeyant Leap, we'll be sending out 3 of those and getting more people, enemies, suspended. Then we got Thread of Mind, defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. Sorry, okay, trying to speak here. And then Thread of Transmutation, while you have Woven Mail, weapon final blows create tangles, and with that aspect, tangles give us back Woven Mail, so you see this energy and loop right there. Thread of Propagation, powered melee final blows, grant your strand weapons unraveling rounds, great for champions, which we will get into in a little bit here. And then Thread of Warding, picking up an orb of power, grants Woven Mail. You can see what we're doing here. Lots of suspending, lots of Woven Mail. That is the idea and the whole case for this build. So let's continue here. And starting with our kinetic slot, we are running Quicksilver Storm, which is a strand weapon. Once you do unlock the catalyst, definitely worth doing. That catalyst will also grant you tangles with final blows from the grenade, which is this one right here, Grenade Chaser. So when you land multiple of your rockets, which is its intrinsic trait, or rocket tracers that you can see right down here, you get grenades, stack up to 3, and kill somebody with a grenade, get yourself a tangle, which again leads to Woven Mail. And for our energy slot, we're going with Nessa's Obligation. You can get this beautiful looking shotgun. It is a pinpoint frame, and this is a void. You can get this from the new raid, Root of Nightmares. This one actually came out rolled very beautifully. I still need to masterwork it, of course, but this has got Repulsor Brace, so defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. I told you we're going to have overshield on top of our 60% damage reduction with Woven Mail. And how do we get that? We get that with destabilizing rounds. Final blows cause nearby targets to become volatile. There's also one more thing in the artifact that we're using that will definitely help this proc a lot more often. And harmonic resistance, that one's not going to do anything because we don't have more than one of these red weapons equipped. And it does have, like I said, a range masterwork. I just need to, I guess do it and get some more enhancement stones because I think I'm damn near out. And then for the heavy slot, we got another strand weapon because we're building into strand. You'll see with the mods, and this is circular logic. I don't have the best roll on it yet, but I got a decent one, and that's what I've been using, and it's actually not too bad. This one's got offhand strike, which is like meh, like when are you gonna fire this from the hip? Not really ever, unless ads are climbing up on you, getting in your face. But if they're doing that, you probably already did something wrong. But it's got target lock, and that was the main one that I wanted on this one. Yeah, so target lock, the damage increases the longer the weapon remains on target. On top of it, it does have that nanotech tracer rockets, which launch those rockets after, you know, landing a few hits. And yeah, it just adds more damage to this. Also running boss back with it. This one did come with a range masterwork. It also has armor piercing rounds, and I put the small bore as opposed to the fluting barrel. And before we get into the armor and armor mods, let's go ahead and quickly go over the artifact. For this one, you have to have 3 in the slot. Unfortunately, the one that really matters in this one is the overload auto and SMG, as we are running that auto in that primary slot. Then in the second column, we got the authorized mod Strand, makes them a lot cheaper. Same with the grenades. And then for the third row, starting off with Volatile Flow, that'll pair nicely with our Ness's Obligation, giving us volatile rounds and also giving us that that void shield when we proc our Repulsor Brace. And then we got Untangler, destroying Entangle with the Strand weapon, suspends targets and targets damaged by the explosion. So more suspend, like if you're just not in reach of that, you know, you launch your grenade and you're not in reach of going to grab it and you know, slamming it, go ahead and shoot it, because it's going to suspend everything around it. Then we got Defiant Armory, and this is just basically for our heavy weapon. That's greatly improving the benefit of the nanotech tracer rockets. Then we got Shattered Orbs, make more orbs when you know, you break that combatant's shield for the first time. We got Bricks from Beyond, because we do have a void weapon in that Ness's Obligation. So getting low on heavy, go ahead and pull that out and start slaying a bit, and you should be able to get some bricks. Then we got Allied Unraveling Rapid Final Blows with a Strand weapon, grants your weapon unraveling rounds with this for a longer duration near allies. So this is another one that's going to go ahead and synergize us with champions. And with this build, you'll be able to cover all 3 champions without a problem, just a little finesse. And then Threaded Blast, destroying a tangle with the Strand weapon, it creates a larger, more damaging explosion, which pairs beautifully with our Untangler. Alright, let's go on to the armor. Alright, starting up top with the headpiece. For one, look at this, look at my guy. We got Harmonic Siphon, so rapid Strand weapon final blows create orbs of power. Lots of orbs of power, because that's going to buff us and give us that that woven mail with our fragment. And we got 2. We got our primary and our heavy that are both Strand. And then we got heavy ammo finder, and of course we got to hook up the teammates and have that heavy ammo scout on as well. And then moving on down to the gauntlets, we got Bolstering Detonation, grants class ability energy when you cause damage with your grenades, and those don't only suspend them with those shackle grenades, it does do damage. So this will proc, and you'll be able to help get that barrier back up, you know, your barricade, so you can, you know, Dranger or lash them. And then we got double grenade kickstarts. Alright, so moving on to the chest piece, we have Charged Up, increasing the maximum number of stacks of armor charge you can carry by 1. And then we got Strand Reserves and Harmonic Reserves, basically the same thing, as we are running Strand, so Harmonic is Strand in this instance. And they do stack, and that increases the amount of ammo you can carry for your Strand weapons. That doesn't apply obviously to our primary in Quicksilver Storm, but Circular Logic, that is our heavy. We want to have as much ammo for that thing as possible. And then on to our exotic leg pieces. This is Abeyant Leap, and what this does is, I've already kind of hit on it. Dranger Lash spawns 2 additional projectiles, tracks targets more aggressively, and travels further. Gain woven mail when suspending targets. So again, more possibilities and ways for us to get woven mail. On top of it, we went ahead and threw on a triple Strand weapon surge, because 2 of the 3 weapons we have equipped are Strand. So our primary that we're going to be dealing with a lot of the you know, mediocre like regular ads, they're going to be able to kill them faster, and of course boss damage comes, and yeah, we're going to be slaying with that Circular Logic. And then finally, to the mark, what we have here is Reaper. After using your class ability, your next final weapon blow spawns an orb of power. We're going to be using our barricade, our rally barricade, a lot, because that's what we're doing to suspend multiple targets at one time. So why not throw this one on there, get another orb of power, which in turn gives us what? Yes, more woven mail. And then we got Double Bomber, reducing your class ability cooldown when using that same class ability we were just talking about. Definitely synergy with this build. Alright, let's talk about dealing with them lame ass champions. Starting with a barrier, we can do that because we do have Ness's Obligation that we can get volatile rounds on with pretty good ease. So there you go, volatile weapon rounds will stun barrier champs. for unstops, we can suspend them and stun them like that. And I've already kind of beat that horse to death on how many different ways we can suspend with our grenade and our constant, Dranger Splash on our Rally Barricade. And then for Overload, we do have Overload Auto SMG put onto our artifacts, so we can definitely just use Quicksilver Storm and stun them that way. And then as far as stat prioritization, definitely have your discipline high. We want those shackle grenades as much as possible to suspend and deal with champions and deal with ads and deal with everything. I mean, if you're losing the battle, having that equipped right there, you can throw it, suspend, maybe run behind cover, heal up real quick, or just pop off real quick and take them all out. These two should be higher as well, so you want to focus resilience. Of course, we want that as high as possible. This is pretty low for me. I usually am always running a 10 on this, a 10 tier. But yeah, I'm gonna have to rework some armor and stuff like that to get all that. I've been dismantling a lot of different things and infusing, so I need to get back on that armor grind, which is right around the corner with Root of Nightmare Master Mode raid coming out very shortly next week. And then recovery, have that as high as possible. And then of course, as a subsequent one, build into strength, because sitting there and hitting them with those are always very satisfying. I encourage you guys to go try this build. I'll have the dim link in the description. Also, check out the Blueberry Lounge. That is our podcast. I know I put it in at the beginning, but I just want to let you guys know, man, we're having a great time with it. We also have a clan. We have a Discord that's very active, and a hunter.io bot that will sit there and help you LFG if you're a solo player and looking to find some people to play with, raid with, whether it's GMs, whether it's trials, whether it's comp. Man, just give us a shot. Check it out. We're very welcoming and helpful to the entire community, and we have lots of cool events, so check us out if you have a chance. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of gameplay.
Is supplying weapons to the Shadow Legion. Tormentor, do they?
And if you did enjoy that video, please hammer strike that like, shoot that sub, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.